Welcome to the club.
You know, in Leo Tolstoy's massive epic War and Peace, there's this incredible world where these glittering balls are just masks for some really cold ambition. And behind every dance, every polite conversation, there's a desperate search for meaning. Today, we're diving right into that world. And this really gets to the heart of the question Tolstoy is asking. What happens when genuine, messy, authentic human life slams right into a society that's built on performance, on just playing a part? Well, the answer unfolds through the lives of our characters. All right, so let's set the scene. We're following the Rostov family. Now, after a couple of years out in the countryside, they're in some pretty serious financial trouble. This forces them to leave the Moscow they know and love and head to the imperial capital, St. Petersburg. The goal? Find the count a government job and, hopefully, launch their daughters into high society. Now, this is so important to understand. Look at this comparison. On the left, that's the Rostovs back in Moscow. They're warm, generous, kind of the beating heart of this authentic, emotional Russian world. But then, on the right, you see them in St. Petersburg. In this rigid, formal, very European-style city, they're total outsiders. They're seen as provincials, people looking for connections. They've gone from being the hosts to being the ones begging for favors. And you can imagine, this new, colder world they've stepped into, it has a totally different rule book for life's biggest moments. In St. Petersburg society, marriage isn't about two hearts becoming one. No, it's a business deal. It's a calculated move up the ladder of social and financial success. And our first case study, if you will, is this officer Alphonse Berg. He's decided he's going to marry the eldest Rostov daughter, Vera. And for Berg, this is just pure, cold pragmatism. As you can see here, he's got a three-step plan. Step 1, identify the target. Done. Step 2, check out the finances. And now, he's on to step 3, negotiate the deal, treating his future wife like, well, like an asset to be acquired. But here's the kicker, the really brilliant part of his strategy. Look at how he frames his greed. He actually tells the count that demanding a dowry, demanding this cash, isn't just about the money. Oh no, it's a noble act. He's doing it to protect his future wife. I mean, it's a masterclass in self-serving logic. Okay, so Berg is pretty straightforward. But then you've got this other guy, Boris Dribetskoy, and his situation is a lot more complicated. Unlike Berg, Boris is actually torn. He's got this whole childhood romance thing going with the younger daughter, Natasha. But his ambition, his burning desire to climb the ladder, is pushing him to marry one of the richest heiresses in the city. And you can just see the gears turning in his head. Marrying Natasha? She's nearly broke. It would be the absolute ruin of his career. But at the same time, stringing her along without any intention of marrying her would be, as he puts it, ignoble. So he chooses ambition, but he dresses it up as honor, and he walks away. Okay, enough about these calculating guys. Let's talk about Natasha. She's 16, and she's about to make her grand entrance into this very society. She's going to her first grand ball, and this is a huge deal. It's at the home of some old-school nobleman, and even the Tsar is going to be there. For Natasha, this night is nothing but pure, unfiltered excitement. I mean, can you imagine? She's just buzzing with this mix of pure exhilaration and absolute terror. As she's standing there by the wall, she isn't just a girl who wants to dance. She's life itself, just bursting at the seams, waiting to happen. And all she can think is, surely they have to know how much I want to dance, how well I can dance. They'd have so much fun with me. And then, nothing. The moment just doesn't come. All the handsome men she's been watching, even her old friend Boris, they just walk right past her. The waltz starts up, the first couples begin to swirl across the floor, and her heart just plummets. In this world of careful calculation, her genuine, vibrant spirit is completely overlooked. She's invisible. But just when all hope seems lost, this happens. Her friend, the clumsy but incredibly kind-hearted Pierre Bezukhov, sees the look on her face. He walks over to his friend, the cynical, world-weary Prince Andrei Bolkonsky, a man who just came back to society after years of grief and disillusionment. And he makes one simple request. And it's like a switch flips. It is instantaneous. The second Prince Andrei takes her in his arms, something just shifts in the universe. He's not just dancing with a pretty young girl. He's getting swept up in her pure, uncalculated joy. For the first time in years, this jaded, cynical man feels alive. He feels happy. He feels young again. Natasha's authentic spirit has completely and utterly captivated him. Now, to really get why this dance is such a bombshell for Andrei, you gotta understand the world he's been living in. For months, he has thrown himself into the serious work of government reform, working side by side with a man he basically worships as a political genius, Mikhail Speransky. So, the very next day after the ball, Andrei goes to this small, intimate dinner at Speransky's house. He's expecting this deep, profound conversation. But instead, what he finds is a circle of men telling these forced, unfunny jokes and then laughing like maniacs. And Speransky himself, his laugh is just thin, high-pitched, and completely artificial. The great man is just another performer, and Andrei's whole illusion just shatters. And this is Andrei's big, shattering moment of clarity. After feeling that genuine, vibrant life at the ball with Natasha, all his important political work, all the committees, the legal statutes, the reforms, it all suddenly seems completely hollow. It seems trivial, utterly pointless, a total and complete waste of his life. So what does he do? This revelation changes everything for him, and he instinctively goes searching for the one source of realness, of authenticity that he's found. He goes to visit the Rostovs. And it's like he's seeing them with brand new eyes. What he once might have dismissed as this chaotic, unsophisticated family, he now sees as a sanctuary of beautiful, simple, kind people. They are the perfect setting for the real treasure he's discovered in their midst, Natasha. And then, later that evening, Natasha sings. And as Andrei just sits there and listens, something inside him just cracks wide open. For the first time, this man of iron self-control feels tears welling up in his throat. Not tears of sadness, but tears from the overwhelming beauty and raw emotion of the moment. He's rediscovering a part of himself he thought was dead and buried. And really, this slide sums up the entire conflict. It's the whole story in one table. On one side, you've got the Rostovs. Their home is warm, spontaneous. Their goal is just genuine connection, and the whole place is just humming with life. And on the other side, a party at the home of the newly married Bergs. It's rigid. The goal is social performance, and the feeling is just sterile, lifeless. It's a perfect snapshot of the world Andrei is now desperate to escape. That night, he can't sleep, and it all comes together for him. Prince Andrei makes a decision. He realizes that for years he's been living among the dead, chasing dead-end ambitions and hollow ideas. He realizes his friend Pierre was right along all. To be happy, you first have to believe that happiness is even possible. And for the first time in a very long time, he does. And so Tolstoy leaves us with a question that just echoes from his world right into ours. In a society that so often asks us to perform, how do we find the things that are real? The question on this slide isn't just for them, it's for all of us. Are you truly living your life, or are you just performing a role?